Hello, darlings. It's me, the one and only gorgeous Rusty Lamore. I've come to tell you all about my fabulous new book, sweeties. It's called Darling Jake, and the story is set in the 1960s. The main character is Jake, of course. He's a young, handsome, gay farm labourer from the West Midlands. No, you can't have his phone number. And he decides he wants to experience the permissive delights of swinging 60s London. So he says goodbye to all his family and friends, and off he goes. However, nothing could have possibly prepared him for the turn of events that would ultimately change the course of his life. Once in London, Jake finds a bedsit to rent in Kilburn. There he meets Ricky and Toby, the couple who live in the flat upstairs, and they become his new friends. One day, Ricky hears Jake singing. He likes what he hears, so encourages him to dress up in drag. And this surprisingly steers Jake onto a completely new path. His initial debut and subsequent performances as the drag artist Rusty Lamore in a nightclub in Camden Town propels him into the glamorous and glitzy world of show business. But it's not all sequins, feather boas, and bling darlings. Oh no, things go wrong. Disasters occur. But with the help of his loving partner Jim, his friends and family, Jake doggedly persists in pursuing his dream, and in return, supporting those who have helped him in his career. As well as offering some serious but often humorous glimpses into Jake's personal life, both past and present. And now I'm going to read you an excerpt from the book, darlings. I want you to sit and relax and don't get too excited because I know you're just dying to go out and buy your own copy and get your hands on Darling Jake. Oh, before I go, I forgot. I am available for Panto this year. Who said ugly sister? So I'd just like to read you an excerpt from my book, Darling Jake. When the taxi pulled up in front of the pub nightclub, Jake paid the driver and tipped him. He looked at the place and was very impressed. The brick walls of the building were painted black. The windows, though, were painted in a glossy fuchsia pink. And there was a large fluorescent neon sign that had big letters saying, "The Black Orchid," with a neon flower motif angled on the side of it. Jake thought how marvellous it must look at night when it was lit up, and he looked forward to seeing it. As they walked in up the steps, he saw that there was a large wood-framed, glass-fronted notice case, which was empty apart from a banner with the words "Coming Soon" in bright lettering inside. Once they had entered the thick blue carpeted foyer, you were greeted by a reception desk, either side of which were two sets of double doors, with signs saying "Bar over one" and the other "The Black Orchid Club." As they steered towards the latter, Ricky asked Jake, "What do you think of the club, darling?" "It's fabulous, Ricky. I don't really know what I expected, but it's far better than what I imagined." "Wait until you see inside the club, honey." Toby had gone on ahead. He pushed both of the double doors back until they clicked and held on automatic catches. When Jake saw inside the club, his mouth gaped open, and for a few minutes he was speechless. The doors had opened onto a small stone semicircular dais with ornamental metal banister rails that descended down 4 curved steps onto the club floor. Revealed was an expansive room with a burgundy carpet. Numerous small circular tables covered with pink cotton cloths filled the room up to where the carpeted area was punctuated with a brass metal edging, denoting the beginning of the sprung wooden dance floor. Beyond this was the stage, which was curtained in burgundy velvet with 2 swags across the top. separated by an orchid motif in the middle. Jake couldn't believe the size of the stage. It looked to be about 14 feet across, with 3 or 4 foot drop to the main floor. It had a little staircase of 5 steps on the side. On the left of the stage was a baby grand piano, and in front of the stage, upon a gantry, was a bank of spotlights. And at the back of the stage was a shimmering curtain of metallic strands. Mr. Sharman certainly hadn't skimped when he kitted the place out. "Ricky, it's gorgeous. Wow, what a stage. The place is just boner. It's so camp." "I'm so glad you like it, darling. I helped Monty design the place." They walked down the steps and arced their way past the tables to the stage. Jake was overwhelmed. He had butterflies in his stomach, but he was keen to get started with the rehearsal now so that he could get the feel of what it would be like to perform here. Ricky took him backstage and showed him his dressing room. He was pleased to learn that it was exclusively his. There was another communal one for the other acts. They were walking back on stage as Adrian came in. He came up to where they were standing. Ricky greeted him with, "Hello, Adrian, darling. How are you? Let me introduce you to Jake Wiggins, or should I say, Rusty Lamore."